friends, this lesson is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be for expedition. We are talking about dissolve and evaporate. Our learning target is I can separate the mock rock by dissolving and evaporating. Our materials that we'll need are our lab packet, a pencil, our mock rock, just the gray material. I'll explain why later. A vial, we haven't talked about that yet, but this is a vial. It also has a cap, which is very important and needs to go with it. So vial. A cup of water. And a syringe. These are the steps that you will be following in our model now. The first one is to get your materials together. I have them all right here. Second is to pour your gray material into the vial, no more than 1/3 full. We've been talking about fractions, friends. So if we divide the vial into 3 parts, no more than right about here. And the gray material is all the fine little no big materials that you can see. These are the little things. I'm going to pour this, remember how we pour, into the vial. Now mine doesn't even go 1/3 full, and that is okay, just as long as it's not over 1/3. My next step is to measure 25 milliliters of water into the syringe. So I need my cup of water and my syringe. To actually get the water out, you need to put the syringe into the water and pull out, like I am here, until, let me just finish this, friends. Until the top of the black piece is at 25 milliliters. It says put the water into the vial. So I'm done with my cup of water. I still have my syringe of water. I'm going back to my vial where I'm going to put the water in. And I did that carefully so as not to spill. Step 5 says place the cap on the vial and shake it up. Be sure to place the cap on securely. That means tightly all the way around. So when you're shaking it up, it's not going to spill anywhere. So I now have mine shaken up. It says record on page 10 in packet. So I get my packet, I turn to page 10, which says mock rocks in water. Draw what it looks like and describe. So right now, I am going to take my shaken up vial and draw it. And this piece right here. So it should look exactly like this. And then you're going to kind of describe it a little on the lines. What you see. I would describe probably cloudy, a bottom layer. Then the second part of part 6, predict what it will look like in 24 hours on page 10. So right here it says prediction in 24 hours. So I have to think about what this vial is going to look like tomorrow at the same time. And I would draw it and describe it as well. Some vocabulary words. Dissolve. When something breaks into such small pieces, they seem to disappear. That's what we're hoping to happen with shaking up our vial and putting liquid in it. Evaporation, a way to separate liquid and solid ingredients. If you look at our vial, the liquid is up here, this cloudy part. The solid would be everything at the bottom. You can see the two layers. You need to stop here for day 1. So if you've done all of this on the first day, you need to stop because our vial needs to sit for 24 hours. This is day 2. So it's been 24 hours since we've actually done our first day experiment. We have some different steps. The first one says record the vial on page 10. After 24 hours, of course, friends, it says do not shake. So you need to move your vial very carefully and not disturb the two layers. And then you are going to record at the bottom of page 10 where it says 24 hours later. You're going to draw the vial again and describe what it looks like. Step 2, get materials. You're going to need a petri dish, which is this circular object, friends. It's very clear. Your lab packet, your pencil, and your vial, which you already have from recording it on page 10. Step 3 says you will need to pour just the liquid into the petri dish. So you're going to need to take the cap off of your vial. Be very careful opening it. You don't want to pull too hard that you spill it and then your liquid is all gone. That would not be good, friends. You are going to take your vial and you're going to pour it into your petri dish, just the liquid part. So you're trying not to get any of the sand or the bottom layer. You can already tell that it's separated. So I have just the liquid in my petri dish right now. I wish you could see this better. And it says you need to label your petri dish with your name. So your petri dish is actually going to go into a tray that looks just like this. There are 4 different spots. So the petri dish, sorry friends, I need to set this down to actually get it to work, goes right inside where it will sit until it evaporates. Later, so this is much, much later, after our petri dish is actually evaporated and there's no more water swimming around like I can see right now, you need to draw your petri dish on page 12. So if we look in our packet, on page 12 it says evaporation results. This circle is your petri dish. So everything you see in your petri dish you need to draw in this circle. And the last step is to complete the page. So down at the bottom it says the missing ingredients were, and that's where you record from what you found in your petri dish.